Hey everybody, thank you for stopping by the channel and checking out this video. What we have going on right here is it's time to start cleaning up the garden for fall and prepping for winter. So what you see in front of you here is a portable compost bin that is, we have several barrel ones that you spin, that type of thing, that are self-contained around the property, but this is a portable one that's just made from 3 pallets where I put some rebar in the ground and sort of slide them over top of them, and then you just zip tie a couple sides to keep them in place. Now if I was going to keep this more permanent, I would coat the outsides with some plastic tarp along the way, but what we'll do in front here is I'll put 2 more pieces of rebar in, and you can sort of slide a board in or a plank to keep it inside the bin. But again, this can be moved around very easily. It's very simple. We get tons of pallets with our work. And again, sometimes I make them more permanent, but we're going to build a pile here from some compost from the garden bins. Okay, and then what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you this bin, which is has Welsh peppers in it, but I'm going to clean this up and prep it, and you'll see what we do for winter. I'm going to raise the soil a bit, but I'm going to put some compost in, and then cover it with some cardboard and a little more mulch on top, and possibly even some plastic. We might need to access this one more during the winter though. So we'll get started on that here shortly, provided it doesn't start storming more, because there are thunderstorms in the area. And then we'll see the progress. Okay, I've started putting stuff in the temporary composter that we cleaned out of the first 2 garden boxes. If you look here, they are not ready yet, but they are cleaned out. Now we have to add some compost and top off the dirt and a little mulch, and I'm not sure if I'm going to cover it with cardboard yet. We may stick some more good living compost in there before we clean up, but these are the first 2 boxes and it's looking a little better. And believe it or not, we still have a harvest to take from the middle of the garden. I don't know if you can see if I zoom, because it's sort of messy. But there's some really good peppers and tomatoes that need harvesting over this weekend. It's going to start getting colder in the evenings, and nothing's blooming, of course, anymore. This is the last harvest, but I've got some good hot peppers over there still. All right, so be back in a minute after we get this cleaned up. Let me zoom out there. Okay, I've got these 2 boxes topped off with a mixture of older and newer soil and dirt, and there's a little bit of compost buried underneath layer there. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to layer this with cardboard, which we get tons of. You can use the garden fabric. You can even use plastic if you want to remove it a bit during the winter, but we're going to use a layer of cardboard with a little bit of mulch and rocks and stuff on top, just to make it accessible over the winter in case we want to bury some more living compost inside and have easy access. But as you can see, so I brought these back up about 4 more inches. Now, not all the way to the top. It's okay that it sinks, because we will add some fresh fertilizer and stuff as we go into spring. I am not putting any weed prevention in here right now. Cardboard will help any stuff that's still around for fall, because, well, right now in the DMV, is like a lot of places in the US, the temperatures are still very high, so things are starting to grow again. It's kind of crazy. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to layer this with cardboard, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got the cardboard down and a thin layer of mulch. The mulch isn't there to cover every square inch. That's what the cardboard's for. It's just there today to weigh it down a bit. And I will top it off with more mulch as we go. We have a big pile of mulch. It's just that it's about 2 acres away, and I don't have an ATV at the moment. So I just used some of the little leftover bags we had to weigh it down. And once the cardboard's wet, it's not going to go anywhere, even on this hilltop ridge where the wind gets so strong. So as you can see, it doesn't look like something for Instagram, but this works, okay? And the lazy way we have to garden with everything going on in our lives, it's the easiest thing for us to do. We get so much cardboard, and you can cut it up to make the pieces fit. Just use a box cutter, put it right on the ground, and slice it however you want. Just don't cut your finger off. And for the rest of the garden, I'm going to top some more of the boxes off exactly this way. Others I may just fill up and cover with plastic, depending on what we were growing in them and stuff. But I have about 9 more boxes, 10 more boxes to go. I got to take down and and mow up some of the other parts of the garden. Let me spin around here. As you can see, that'll all get cleaned up down there this week, hopefully, and we got to finish harvesting as well. But here we go for the end of this one. And if you know, you're having trouble gardening, remember, just start one section at a time. It's okay. You don't have to be a professional. Okay, we have so much going on. We wish I could garden full-time, but there's no way to do that in our lives right now. But as you can see, this works. So if you enjoy this, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for some more videos coming up as we close up the garden and maybe do one fall crop. Have a great day.